But you know, I told you I'm launching a book too. And since you're my last guest and I did that on purpose, I know you're in a rush. Are you in a rush or do you have like 2 more minutes?
It's okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I called my book Street Psychology 101.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So why Street Psychology 101? Because I've been on the streets for the last 3 years since I went to psychiatric hospital. So street psychology. So what I observed, and honestly, I'll tell you why. You know, I'm gonna explain. You know, maybe I will not read, but I want to explain to you since we're talking about books. So I don't have to move out of here and just stay with you. So every psychologist, like that, you know, students are studying in university, were academics. They never lived a day of poverty in their life. They never lived on the street, but they theorized about it. All of them, right? Like, I mean, Sigmund Freud had enough money to spend on cocaine that I'm sure wasn't a day on the street. Neither did any, I mean, Maslow was an academic, was a PhD, and all of them there. Yeah, so nobody studied street psychology. So nobody started from a street user perspective. And you know, like if there's something I want to read, then I will share it with you actually for you to read. I wrote two poems in the book. One is called Kindness and one is called Unkindness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But the unkindness one is actually what I think resembles what I call street psychology. Okay? It's like the thing is, like when you need help, okay, but you are living at home and you have okay, let's say this. Let's say this situation. So your friend, let's say, owes you money, but you have money. You have your access to your bank account, da, 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 da. Okay, so let's say your friend says, I'm going to send you the money on Monday. Okay? So you do have money, so you don't need it. So you say, okay, Monday, Monday. So if Monday she doesn't show up or doesn't pay, like it doesn't have any effect on your life. So therefore, it will most likely just fly above your head. And that's the one on unkindness. It flies above your head. Okay. However, if you're on the street and somebody tells you, I'm going to give you your money on Monday, and they don't give it to you on Monday, what happens to you? More street. You're literally, I'm sorry, F word, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on the street, like acts of unkindness can just literally spiral you into a whole roller coaster of consequential results. So it
Mm-hmm.
flies above your head if you're in a place of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share this with you. It's actually called unkindness, since we spoke about kindness. And I think one of the biggest experiences I've had, and that's why I call the book Street Psychology, it's because I haven't had, and when I say homeless, I'm not in, conventional, like there are days I'm in five-star hotels and there are days I'm in, sorry, prostitution hotels. There are nights that maybe two or three where I slept on the beach and stuff. But homeless means I don't have a home, which I call my own. I don't have an apartment. I don't have a house. I started Reconnect. I was living off couches, people's house, and it's still the same. I mean, not for far too long, but now like I said, I'm under search warrant, so I can't even have an address. But anyway, what this taught me two things: is that to to see acts of unkindness as acts of unkindness, as in not circumstantial, right? So if somebody says I'm going to pay you on Monday, if I'm going to pay somebody on Monday, I make sure that if I cannot pay them on Monday, that I will ask them on Sunday first if it's fine with them that I delay a few days. If they say no, I need it, then I will sell a kidney to give it to them, right? Because I know that it could have an effect on their life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think um, so on two sides. On one side, I see a lot of unkindness from that place, but at the same time, I've also experienced the biggest occasions and experiences of kindness on a daily basis. Because I'll tell you what, even being on the street, I was provided by God every single day. I don't remember one day, maybe 2 or 3 days I was slept hungry and I would call it I'm fasting. I was never unsafe and I was always like free of anxiety, free of depression, free of everything. Like I'm now like kind of a refugee in my own country. And people see my expressions on social media and think this guy is angry, but in fact I say I'm having the most enjoyable time of my life in that state, despite how difficult it is and how heartbreaking it is. So that's the reason why I wrote the book, and it's now about 100 pages. And So I started by saying I want to write one poem every day, and I couldn't do one every day because there are days when I'm not inspired, but I made it to 100 in a year. And the idea is I'm going to sell it not as a printed book because we can't afford to cut trees anymore. And I'm thinking of selling it page by page for a really cheap amount, or in batches, like set of tens or something like the Arabic, 10 in Arabic or like 5 in English and stuff like that. So I'm launching it today, and I'm happy that I'm making that announcement to you. Because
Yeah.
now we can even say we're book authors, both of you
Yes.
and me. So we can,
Congratulations. Welcome to the club
yeah, we're
of
part of the book club now.
minority, the club of minority.
So I'm really excited to tell you about this and to read your book. I haven't had the chance, so I'd love to read it. And yeah, if there's a digital format, because I'm in Lebanon, I'd love to, like, if you do have it as a digital format. Or I'll see you hopefully, inshallah, when I have a passport in Dubai. And yeah, we'll exchange book information. So anyway, my book is launching. I'm going to send you a few pages to read because I'd love you
Okay.
to read them. And yeah.
Thank you.
Fauza, it's amazing as always having
And
you.
well done.
And I would say, always amazing to have you, my friend. And a blessing to be talking about purpose and God and faith. And
Mm,
at Reconnect, we always talk about the spiritual dimension being one of the 7 dimensions of wellness. And for
yeah.
us, spirituality, without necessarily a link to conventional religions, but it has to stem out of a belief in something beyond us.
Yeah.
And for me and you, it's God, and we say it. And for you and me, we're guided by that power of Jesus as well. For others, it could be Islam or Judaism. But as long as we believe in that power that is beyond
Mm,
us, and we nourish it and we understand it and we learn about it and we express it, then the more we are in a mental and emotional balance. So our spiritual, and this is for Qasim, you were talking about body, mind. The body will never be good, the mind will never be good if the spirit is bad.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're always going to suffer if you are in a spiritual imbalance. Because
That's
the
why it's
spiritual
three.
balance will bring you the physical balance and the emotional balance.
That's why it's three in one.
And of course, the body, yeah, the body is our temple, right? So we need to take care. So you cannot arrange your body. It's like an engine, right? You cannot put it on low fuel all the time and stuff
Mm,
like right. So you need to. It's energizing. You need 20 minutes of direct sunshine a day for your vitamin D, so that reduces your chances of depression. And moving your body. But like I said, it's not about disagreeing with Aiga, but I will ask you a further question. What is it that you will enjoy, and that will get you to move and exercise? And think beyond gym and walking and stuff like that. If you like to dance, dance. Dance is a form of movement and wellness. You can go to dance classes. There's 5 rhythms. There's flow with reeds. There is, Yara gives, like there's all sorts of things. You do choose what you enjoy, because what you enjoy will contribute also to your social wellness, because you're connecting with people based on things you enjoy, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so the body is our temple. We need to take care of it, but our soul is what gives us both physical and emotional balance. So